I think the teachers and administrators we're talking about are far too stupid to have formed such a nuanced view of the world. I just think they're too damn stupid.
Is it violence Nazis or religious Nazis? I think it's violence Nazis.
Yeah,
well, I think it was because they saw Jesus there. I think they used the cross or the crucifixion as an excuse.
You could be right.
I don't know.
You could be right, Eric. You know, you're not the only guy who thinks that. And thanks for the call.
Can you play hangman like we used to do in school all the time?
No. I've heard. I can't remember if it was a school somewhere or schools in general. Oh no.
Because
oh my God, no. Because it might lead to garroting.
Sure. The step from playing hangman on a piece of paper to hanging someone is just really that far.
I heard one school. My uncle worked with a guy whose kid went there, and the kid started actually hanging the people who lost at hangman.
You're right. How did we let these people get in charge? We weren't paying attention. We just weren't paying attention, apparently. How are there enough adults to agree? Because the teacher has to say something, and then he or she's got a boss, and then a couple of other people agree, and then the school board apparently agrees because they hired these idiots.
What is at the heart of banning tag because somebody might get hurt, banning forming your thumb and index finger into a ray gun? What's at the heart of it? What caused it?
Getting sued, I guess.
Is that it? Or is it the estrogenization of America? And I say that with all love for women and the vital role they play.
I don't know. Little kids have always run around playing bang-bang games, and Mom was okay with it, so.
I got to covertly stage a giant game of cowboys and Indians using fake finger guns at one of my kids' schools. It would cause a national incident.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, yeah. More of your calls next. I want to hear what you have to say. 1-866-331-TALK. You're listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show. I don't know if I'm capable of living in the world. I just said I got to go home and get some sleep because I'm about to twist off. God, my wife is going to have to deal with any crisis like this that comes up because I just don't have the restraint.
Oh, man.
I just don't have the restraint. If my kid got suspended from school the way this kid did.
For drawing a picture of Jesus on the cross.
And the school makes it mandatory that he gets psychological evaluation.
Or he can't come back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you'd go ape dung, and you should. We've got a couple of stories centered around this kid in Massachusetts who was suspended for that. He was asked to draw something that reminded him of Christmas. He just got back from a Catholic shrine, so he drew the picture of Jesus on the cross that he saw there big in the shrine. And so they suspended him and said he's got to go to the psycho ward. Which is just, it's so astounding. And we talked about, you can't, a dad called, his kid got detention for playing Star Wars, shooting his ray gun.
You 5150 a grade school kid for drawing an art project.
Look, I'm going to say, all right, forget the disclaimers. I'm too overwrought. It's the vaginization of America. And I'll tell you what I mean, ladies, because it's important you understand what I mean. It is essential for a family, I think, a country, a society, to have the masculine and feminine working together in a healthy way. They're both very necessary. My belief is that, and we often have women call in and say, you're absolutely right. My belief is that in the United States in the last 30 years or so, 30 to 40 years, we have been so guilt-ridden about mistreatment of women, historically speaking, that we have crushed the masculine qualities, the manly virtues, and now look at them as faults. And celebrate all that is nurturing and gentle and feminine, which is only half right. Because if you don't have the one balancing the other, you get way off whack. You get way out of whack, off kilter. Out of kilter. And I just think we're a vaginized society. We've become so nurturing. Number one, it's leading to the socialism that we're always talking about. Because we want to take care of everybody. Forgetting that, and this is something a dad would say, let him fall down. Let him fall down. Let him get up. Let him keep trying. As mom sees the kids slipping on the ice, learning to skate, for instance. This is a scene replayed many times out of my youth. Mom would want to help the kid, and Dad would say, no, let him go. This is how you learn.
You lying there, half your teeth out, in a pool of your own blood.
And my dad saying, leave him, let him bleed. It's only one way to learn how to bleed. That's by bleeding. And I think we're out of whack, and I think this is an example of it.
Well, how does that fit into this, though? How does that fit into this? Yeah.
Well, because you had a boy pretending to form a gun. Oh, you mean the Jesus thing?
Mm-hmm.
You had the man on the cross, Jesus allegedly, he had X's in his eyes. He was dead. This boy is thinking about killing people. He's thinking about violence. It's kind of a hand-wringing worrisomeness, as opposed to, oh, shut up. He's drawing a picture of Jesus. He'll be fine. It'll be fine. Take it easy.
Most normal people I know wouldn't even have gotten to, oh, he'll be fine. You just wouldn't even have thought about it at all.
Right.
Okay, that's your picture. Well, let me see your picture. How about your picture?
1-866-331-TALK. Here we go. It's Jameson. Hey, Jameson, how are you?
Hi. Now, I want to make sure I get this right. It was Joe that was talking about the vaginization of America, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, because you talk about how people always get it wrong.
Oh, yeah. You got it right. Congratulations.
Okay. If I didn't know any better, I would have said that you had a conversation with this guy that wrote the book I'm about to tell you about. His last name's Eldridge. For the life of me, I can't think of his first name. He wrote this book called Wild at Heart, and it talks about how men traditionally have been wild, dangerous, quote-unquote, wild, dangerous people, and how it starts at home with, fathers not necessarily being there for their children or what have you, and it gets continued at school, at church, at whatever, that they're emasculated essentially, and how.
Yeah, well, it's well documented. We've talked to what's the doctor who wrote the great books about this problem that male behavior has been stigmatized in schools, primarily by female school teachers who see it as misbehavior. You need to sit physically still. You need to keep your mouth shut. We all need to share. We all need to listen, which is a very female way to learn, and it's perfectly fine. It's good for girls.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the book right now, and he just got to that point where he talks about, you said that exact same thing, and that's not generally how boys learn. And the society is afraid of men, and they say they're dangerous, but so is a scalpel, but wielded. But he used this analogy. A scalpel is dangerous unless it's used correctly. Then it'll save your life.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, Jameson, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm militant on this subject. Militant!
This is the Armstrong and Getty Show. I'm Jack Armstrong. He's Joe Getty.
We will kill ourselves. We will kill ourselves. We will kill ourselves as a country if we do not value the testicle. Love the testicle.
They come in pairs. They come in pairs.
Well, I'm speaking of principally.
Referring it to singular is just
is it troubling to
disturbing.
You? Hitler. A bit of an obscure historical reference, but value the ovary, value the testicle.
Kid got booted out of school and forced to take a psychiatric evaluation because he drew Jesus on the cross during art class. When he was asked to draw something that reminds him of Christmas. That's pretty funny, actually.
And now we're taking calls from parents whose kids got in trouble for the most innocent and usual and healthy and perfectly sane boyish activities. And we're killing ourselves with this crap.
My wife is sending me some texts because she used to teach emotionally disturbed adolescent boys at a private facility. And these are people that are actually, they have problems.
Right.
And so she was just texting me about how none of the examples we have are actual problems,
right? In
the eyes of the law, or in the eyes of psychiatrists, or anybody,
right? How about in the eyes of IQ of 50 school administrators?
Right. It's only,
and the jackass lawyers that advise them.
It's only stupid / scared of getting sued people overreacting.
It's Jasmine in Hayward. Hey, Jasmine, how are you?
Hi, guys. Real quick, I had my son in a Montessori school, which is just a different type of teaching,
right?
Which is, I think, a lot more males need to be taught with their hands, on-hand experience, not paperwork. Sit down, do this piece of paper, and then give it to me so I could write the answers down for my grade book. The teachers themselves are, retarded. They have a book that they're teaching from. Like in public schools, they're all failing for a reason. there's a reason. It's not the kids, it's the teaching.
Well,
the way that they teach.
There are a lot of things going into it, but thanks, Jasmine. I'm going to, Montessori, I got to come up with something like Patton-a-sory, modeled after General George S. Patton. That's going to be my teaching style. A lot of slappings.
You're listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show.